He's Tim,
And he's Sam.
and this is Cinematators.
Welcome to the show. We're going to look at 4 different scenes from the epic adventure movie called
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Let's Do It Now! Whoosh. Bam, 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 bam.
See, I think it's cool that they still have not revealed the lead actor's face. Main character has not even been revealed yet. Still focusing on these two guys. And that's Alfred Molina.
Doc Ock,
Oh,
bro.
It's amazing to see him play this role, where he's just like this minor guy in the background.
They're just having such a huge career. Yeah, I think it's interesting how they just kept Indy in the shadow this whole time. You just keep that mystery of him.
Now you're going to see in a minute his silhouette when this other guy pulls the gun, because of course he's looking at the map here, and you know the guy wants to take over. So this guy pulls his gun, and you see his head tilt because he heard that. And there's no muzzle flash. That always pissed me off. We're supposed to assume that the gun went off, so there's no muzzle flash.
But just that reveal from the shadow into the light, it's like epic.
He just
really
it's Spielberg's genius that shows him just stepping out of the shadows just to reveal himself. It's a really cool technique to just step forward. He does a lot of that with having Harrison Ford step forward into close-ups and other things throughout the movie. You'll see it.
I always call this old school Spielberg because I feel like he just doesn't film like this anymore, and I miss this over how he films now. How he films now, it almost to me just seems like everybody else, you know? But
this is also taking up a lot of the techniques of films of the day, the serials. But it's a brilliant technique.
If you pay attention, they only cut once. Okay, so they start here, right? They start moving, dolly in, and now they went from like that kind of wide shot to this shot, cowboy shot.
No.
And even though, once again, like we were saying before, Indy's the main guy, but this scene is more about Marcus and what Marcus is going to say, right? Everything Marcus says is way more important, which is funny because Marcus is kind of this like screw up guy, but this is like his one meaty, dramatic scene of like, he's got real shit to say and he's really nervous and he's really scared.
Yeah.
So like what they set up. So a little bit of exposition, a little bit teasing of Marion, who she is. But you see everybody right now. You like, and this slow push onto Marcus.
That's something to be taken lightly.
Things are getting serious.
No one knows its secrets.
The music,
it's like nothing you've ever gone after before.
There you go. There's the tension, and then he slaps you out of it.
Oh, Marcus,
you're so silly. And he walks away. And this is Sam. This is your favorite and my favorite.
Significance. You're talking about the boogeyman. Besides, you know what a cautious fellow I am.
That's the one cut. It's the one cut of that whole scene. It's almost like watching a play.
I believe Steven Spielberg said that himself. He loves doing these little scenes where it's like a one-act play.
Oh, that's what I loved about it. I love that scene, and I love that style of filmmaking. They start at the door, and it's kind of light, and they're all excited, and then just it gets heavy. The music cue kicks in. It's like, no, this is serious. This is bad. Like, this is nothing we've never done. And the slow push on Brody, and then Indy literally slaps us out of it.
Yeah.
To bring you back, and then oh, it's silly. I don't believe in hocus pocus. Showing more of Indy's character in this like few lines. You get to learn so much about him, about Marion. You get teased about her.
Indy doesn't bring her up by name. It's not till Marcus says, "Marion's the least of your worries."
Yeah, but it's also so great because in this moment, it's not like I need to tell you who Marion is right now.
And then when you see her later, you get the confirmation of what he was talking about.
I just love that, moving the actors in this space and just being like, you guys move, do your thing, hit these marks, and I'm going to come in with the camera and I'm going to just tell this story, So yeah. I absolutely love that scene for that. Every man's worst nightmare.
Well, Terry Leonard, the stuntman, actually came up with the pitch for doing this stunt because he had done one like this and messed it up, and he wanted basically to to prove himself.
Like,
to show
did
that
someone
he
get
can't do this. It's basically the most dangerous stunt in the movie. And they actually had to dig a trench so that he didn't hit the bottom workings. There's a gearbox near the end here that he would hit his head on if they didn't dig out that trench.
Yeah.
And his hat's attached with double-side tape.
And that's sped up right there, obviously,
Yeah,
to make it look more intense.
But that's taken from a classic stunt where the guy was he jumps down, he gets dragged under a horse in front of a stagecoach, goes under the whole train of horses and under the stagecoach itself. Terry Leonard had seen that and decided to try and replicate it in another movie, and he got hurt really bad.
That's what I was asking. I was like, did he get hurt doing it? Is that why he wanted to redo it?
Yeah, when the one he did, he tumbled out from under the thing. He got trampled by a couple of the horses and got his lower legs run over by the horse's wheels. Not the horse's wheels, the wheels.
Stagecoach?
The stagecoach wheels.
Horse's wheels.
And he said if he had tumbled out the wrong way and it ran over his head, it'd be a different story. He wouldn't be there.
Well, yeah. Did he recover fully?
He recovered enough to do that stunt that you just watched.
Yeah. He did the stunt.
He said, I want to do this. I want to do it right. And Spielberg's like, okay, yeah, let's put that in there. It wasn't even in the script. It was just, I want to do this stunt.
This time, no horses. Okay, so what I want to talk about in this scene is shadows and how everyone tries to make things so perfect when they're filming. And Spielberg just said, I don't care. I'm putting shadows wherever I want it, and it's just gonna be fun. This right here is funny. So look at the shadows. You're gonna see the two shadows on the wall. They shoot him. The other guy ducks down. But wait a minute, where was he? Where was that? Like, hold on. Let's rewind that real quick. So here, you got, shoots him, but then he falls. He's right there. Like, it looks like when he falls, it's like they were aiming this way and he just falls straight in. And you're like, what? Let's just take this one more time. So, which they're not even in the same. That's the gunman. He's aiming this way. He falls down that way, and then he runs that way. That doesn't make any sense. And I absolutely love it. I don't hate it at all. Did you ever notice that those shadows things?
No, I actually didn't notice that.
You never noticed that, right? Okay.
I did notice, the use of putting the shadows in a lot.
Which is great.
It's just great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't notice the guns not lining up with the figures. And
it's like, which way did it go?
And that was our deep dive into 4 of our favorite scenes from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Please hit that like button. Please also subscribe and hit those notifications so you get notified every time we come out with a new episode. Whatever scenes that you liked or you enjoyed from Raiders, please punch them in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. From all of us here at Cinematators,
which is Sam. The 2 of us. He's Tim.
And he's Sam. Till next time. Yeah, okay, why don't you start now? Start talking now.
Okay.
That would mean to start talking, Sam.
Let's start here.